Welcome everyone to the dive. It is another match day away at Udinese today. Coming off questionable performances, let's say, especially in the defense. What will we get today? It's anyone's guess. Who knows? What's your guess? What do you think? How are you guys feeling today? Just from what I've gathered from around the community, a little bit more tentative this weekend. But anyways, before we get into it, if you are so obliged, please do like and subscribe to the video. Definitely helps us out, pushes us in the algorithm, keeps us going strong. Also down there, you have links to all our socials, Instagram, X, our Discord. Discord is huge for us. We always push it for reasons because it's where we have like just proper objective conversations with one another. The community, our community, everyone in the UVA world. So there is that's the QR code as well. Now, let's dive into it. There's, of course, a little bit to talk about today. So first and foremost, we'll in normal dive fashion, we'll hit the FOT mob, see the starting lineups. Maybe not as controversial this week. A lot less controversial. Anyways, so Di Gregorio starting again, not getting any rest. I guess it's goalkeeper. You'd think you might see Party in here and there a bit more often. He's just the tournament goalkeeper, it's looking like. And when Di Gregorio gets a red card. But anyways, Cambiasso on the left, Kalulu and Gatti being the center back pairing. What we kind of expected last weekend and didn't see, with Savona starting on the right. Cabal didn't have a great game last time out, but we'll see. We'll see how that one plays out. Maybe Cabal off the bench. Cambiasso then typically going over to the right side. We'll see how that one plays out in the back line. But Kalulu in, Danilo out. That's the big thing right there that people have been calling for. I got nothing else to say. It was the right call. There was reasons, whether it was rotation, a knock from Kalulu. I don't know what it was, but he didn't start last game, even though arguably he showed up. So here we go. Let's get to the midfield. Thuram and Locatelli. I'm happy with that. Locatelli, especially having a great year. Thuram, maybe not have caught his stride just yet, but I think this consistency is really going to help him out. I think he does have the profile that we're looking for. But moving forward, we have Yildiz, Koopmeiners, Weah, honestly having a couple great outings now. See, how many goals is he on? Is it 2, 3? What are we at here? Player profile. Let's check here real quick. He's at least got a couple. 3 goals. Yeah, 3 goals, 1 assist. I know this is a guy that comes off the bench, 270 minutes played. So not a ton of minutes. He was injured a little bit for a few weeks there. So started 3 matches of the 6 he's played. Not bad. Really not bad. He isn't technically gifted, but he does create the space that's really required. You have a technically gifted Yildiz on the other side who is slower. So they complement each other, right? One has the speed, one has the technical ability. Conceição, of course, probably the preferred, getting arrested up for Lille, most likely in just a few days' time. Coop, he's feeling better, but not 100%. Whatever that still means, but it's clear that we need him, so he's going to play through the injury. Still has that 3D molded carbon fiber chest rig, whatever. He's a tough dude. He's essential, apparently. We need to have him. And, of course, Vlahovic, because there is no one else. I don't know if you saw posted. It's been around. But Dash posted in the Discord as well. All the ridiculous misses from Vlahovic this year. It's a funny one. Maybe a little controversial, but it's worth noting that he's missed a few sitters in any case, so we're hoping a little bit more today. So let's just dive into Udinese. We finally see a 3-5-2. We've been talking how it's been going out of fashion a little bit, but Udinese They're parking the bus. Let's just be honest, guys. They're parking the bus on this one, which game plan has been saying for weeks now. Park the bus against Juve. They can't find the outlet. Good news is we shouldn't be running around so much in the back line. Shouldn't. We'll see. Counterattacking. If we get caught on the break, maybe we will be chasing down today. But regardless, 3-5-2, Okoye, Net, Giannetti, Bayol, and Cabecele in that back three. Zamora, Paerdo, Karlstrom, Dovrich, Ehizubue in the midfield, and Davis Thauvin up top. Of note today, Lorenzo Luca on the bench. He is one of those potential names that we are looking for in this January, the upcoming January window, to give some backup, an assistant number 2 to Vlahovic. Here he is, Lorenzo Luca, shirt 17. He's 24. 201 centimeters, bigger. He's a right foot. Well, he's just a name. I mean, 4 goals, no assists, 9 starts over 10 matches, 703 minutes played, 6.9 rating, 4 yellow cards from a striker. He's an 24, up and coming. I mean, you got to be careful when you say that. I know it's Italian football. Fine wine, right? They age a little bit later than the rest. I don't know. We'll see if he gets some minutes. We'll keep an eye on him today. You know, I'm not completely convinced, but he's valued here at 15 million. It's within the price range that I think is realistic. But we'll see. We'll keep an eye on him. Of course, they have a much longer bench as we are riddled with injuries. Of course, Bremer out, Douglas Luiz still out, Milik still out, and Gonzalez still out. I mean, it was early November for all these guys, and now it's mid-November, so I don't know what is happening. I mean, Milik, we understand. Bremer, we understand. But with Luiz and Gonzalez, especially Luiz, because he got a twinge there pre-match. That was the Stuttgart game. Pre-match got a little knock, and he's been out ever since. What's going on? So some pretty big names. They're all fairly big names. Let's be honest. Milik, maybe not a huge name, but the fact that we don't have a backup striker in Vlahovic, has been playing every game. It's been amazing that he hasn't been injured. Only subbing out here and there, but it's insane, because even when you look at our bench, where's the striker? Adjic could play maybe a 10 role. McKennie, we saw as a 10 role. Conceição could probably do a false 9. Bangula is a winger. He can get thrown in there, I suppose, right? And I think he has for a few minutes here and there. No options. There really are no options. So this is going to be the theme, unfortunately. It's now November. November 2nd. We're in November, everyone. That's still a couple months away. You know, like, buckle up, buckle in. I mean, it's a long ride until January to do anything about this. But I digress. Let's move on. Let's move on from that. Couple stats. I haven't done the whole Juve stat, like non FOTMOB stats, like from the Opta and all that stuff. But here we go. Juve unbeaten in 18 league games. Sounds cool, right? Sounds cool. 6 wins, 12 draws. That's a 1-to-2 ratio. Like, what? Come on, man. Of course, you have to improve. Mota saying that we have to improve all around if we want to challenge for anything. So there you go. Furthermore, just going back in time, we have drawn 16 of our last 30 league games. That's going back to Allegri, even. Just let that sink in. Let that, like, this is actually, and it is, if they're doing the projections, there was an article from, I believe it was Gazzetta, saying with the current points projection, we will finish 5th this year. This is about like a 5th, 6th sort of team right now. Let's be honest. Unless we pick it up, that is where we're going to end up, 5th or 6th. We can't continue to draw. The crazy thing is a lot of this is happening at home. We seem to do better on the road. We are on the road today, so I'm actually expecting a bit better of a game. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me hear from you. Predictions, feelings. They are now on the pitch. We're just a couple minutes away. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stats here. In terms of pass completion, I don't want to bore you just like reading them off, but the passing's good. It's essentially what they're saying. Passing actions, and then it's when we have that elongated passing action, and that is something we see. After a while, they finally do break down the defense when they can maintain those passing actions. But what's important, and what we've kind of been missing a little bit, is that penetration. Right now, we're going to see it's going to be parking the bus. Right, we're going back up against a team who's going to dig deep like that. Inter obviously trying to go a little bit, playing at home derby, going a little bit more on the front foot, getting 4 goals, obviously. Parma doing a 4-2-3-1, going up a little bit more offensively. We got a couple goals. How are we going to do? Are we going to have that positive passing? Because in those games where we got a lot of those goals, the passing was sitting back a lot. Our goals came more off the break from like Wader, Conceição, the wings bombing forward and kind of creating that space and spamming the net. Honestly, just spamming crosses is what it's been. But if they're going to be 5 low, they're going to be clogging up those low wings as well now. So this is the big question. This is what we need to see from Juve, is the breakdown of a low block. What defensively for Udinese is probably going to be a 5-4-1. Even like a 6-3 or a 7-2. They're going to go deep. 100% going deep. It's going to be hard. Udinese is at home. They have a chance to, grab a point here. Maybe 3 points from a faltering Juventus team. They're not going to make it easy. I'm sure they'll be happy with the 0-0. Locatelli wearing the armband. It had Gatti up there. That is incorrect. So it is Locatelli, which I am not opposed to. Not opposed to at all. Now, just give me a second. I'm going to get the scoreboard up for everyone, and we're about to kick off here. Okay, of course, we're going to sync this up at the 15-second mark. Are we ready? Let's do this. Just checking the last graphic here before we kick off for any changes, and there are none. It is as reported. So Savona, Gatti, Kalulu, Cambiasso, Thuram, Locatelli, Weah, Coop, Yildiz, Vlahovic. A decent lineup. Honestly, the only one I'd be really missing of the healthy ones, I'm not going to include the injureds, is Chico on the right wing. We'll see him. We'll for sure see him subbed in. Probably even Bangula as well, because of the rotation. Now, speaking of names we're scouting out today, Lorenzo Luca. In the week, Jonathan David. But we are underway. I will sync up in about 10 seconds. On back by Juve. Ooh, and Yildiz drops on his back there. Hopefully he's okay. That was actually quite the tumble. Goes up for the header. As Buoy, sorry, kind of throws an arm back, knocks him off balance. That could actually be dangerous. I wrecked my ankle because of that playing basketball. Just buddy kind of switching direction on me and like my body going a different way in which it was projected to go and landing, yeah, that could be dangerous. He's on his feet though, quite the tumble. He's going to shake that off. Free kick into the box. Wasn't looking that great. Udinese don't break out. Nice deal with Cambiasso. He tries to bash his way through. They're all trying to bash their way through. Thuram's winning it, though. Stepping into the box, put it up, and Vlahovic just a toe tap straight to the keeper. Not enough at the end of that one to be of any threat to Udinese. But I'm actually quite impressed right now by the physicality of trying to break that back line down, just going straight through it in this case. And perhaps that's all they needed to do all along. Long outlet from Udinese almost doesn't make it out. Juve swarming and Thuram taken down now, holding his ankle. Oh, yeah, that's a step on the ankle. Didn't get the ball. Need to take a look at that. Referee, got to mention, Lozario Abiso. Not one of the main culprits, but he's part of the merry gentlemen of bad referees, in my opinion. We'll see how he does today. Past couple games being okay. For Juve, anyways, not across the league by any means. So Juve working it through. The commentators right now have been saying the 1.8 goals per game tally or points per game. Projected at 65, 60, 68 points, something like that. Thatch even predicted that. He pulled that one out of his ass on Thursday. Similar results, but the math was done, projected by the computers. And Dash was pretty much spot on with that. So the engineer, the numbers guy, getting it on point. Now here's Savona. Always keeping an eye on him. He's had his ups and downs. 21-year-old right back. It's young for a right back, especially just breaking into the first team, right? It can be a tough position, especially how Motta does want them to play, the right backs in particular. Lots of energy needed. Let's see how it keeps up. We have the other one now, Cambiasso, who can't complete the pass. And now they lose the ball. Gatti pushing up high to win it back. They got to settle this down. Coop, oh, the heavy touch betrays him, but they do win a throw-in. Good press to win the ball back. And Juve back into control. And thank you, everyone, for joining in today. Much appreciated. Please like and subscribe. Keep this party going. Yes, I am going solo today, but tomorrow night, we're going to have Dash and Dave. Nice feed. Working the right side. Cross in Thuram, and he pulls it well high over the net. Good position, though. He's got to learn to settle that one down a little bit. Just getting under that ball and launching it. That's Savona crossing that one in. Okay, a little bit of a high bounce. I see now. Yeah, that was a little hard to control. Not the end of the world there. Decent look. Jeff saying so far so good. It has looked decent. 5 minutes, very early on, but Juve full of energy, looking to press the game, take it to Udinese currently. But here is Udinese charging forward. Getting forced wide, though. Locatelli doing well defensively. And now they're pushing them back on the outside. Fighting for the ball, winning it. Loka getting tripped up, drawing a foul, but advantage given. Thuram taking it away and passing it up to Vlahovic. Holding up. Takes it wide. Weah not quick to get the outlets, but long over the top. Yildiz on the left. Feeds it in Cambiasso. Oh, puts it on net. Tight corner. Hands up by Okoye. Collects it. And another good attack by Juve. Just a little overdrawn. Taking it a bit too deep there to get a good shot off with any real percentage. But the ideas are there early on. 6 minutes in. A couple good looks. Very positive signs right now. Udinese giving it back cheaply once more, and Gatti turns it over. Collects now, and they'll look for another attack. Udinese not being very smart with their possession, and Juve actually capitalizing, not being too quick to give it away. I'm okay with this methodic work in the back line for a few seconds, 30 seconds or so. Settling the game down and then taking it to them. They do need to continue to find that penetration. That's going to be the big story right now. Jeff saying, thank God we got Coop back. Yeah, just that body, that large, physical, technical body. Still looking for his goal, though. Switching wide again to Yildiz. Does well to keep it in play. But doesn't actually, and it's a throw-in. It's actually the better call for Juve at the end of the day. Currently with 70% of the possession. Udinese not sure what to do with the ball, it seems. Very indecisive, and they lose it again. Oh, Yildiz loses out as he gets tackled, but Gatti just takes it back. He's like, no, man, it's our ball. Juve playing in their yellow jerseys today, not fond of them. They always seem to mess up one kit. Good thing they have 3 chances at it. I was trying to find some good ones of the orange kit, some good high definition ones for the Halloween thumbnail. It's actually getting pretty hard. The old Halloween kit, we called it. Orange and black. It's just, I don't know. It was an odd one. But this one, yellow and pink. So Juve just playing keep away at this very moment, and see if they can do anything with it now. Kind of just teasing the fans, teasing Udine. Weah brings it back. That is a criticism of Weah. Tends to do a back pass quite a bit. Doesn't seem to have that final bit of skill to really dribble through and cross in. Not consistently anyways. That being said, Weah is a pretty solid second choice. I think he'll continue to improve. The consistency's been good. A little injury prone. Thuram doing well. And that's something I do appreciate about Thuram. As he brings it over the top, Cambiasso can't get to it. Okoye collects. But the physicality of Thuram is also nice. To have Coop there, Thuram. I mean, Locatelli is certainly no slouch. He is a bit smaller in stature, but he is a physical player, especially, man, his slide tackles on point. So our midfield in its current configuration is quite physical. You put in McKennie, still fairly physical, no slouch. Kind of that bulldog mentality, right? Even though he's not necessarily the biggest, just like Locatelli, willing to get down and dirty when required. Now here is Juve recollecting the ball. Away with it now. Savona doing well on the overlap on the right side, supporting Weah. Good read of the game from the next gen kid, if we will. It does open up. He is athletic. That is something that's nice to see. Good young athletic right back. I think everything else will come. And certainly these minutes are helping. Lots of minutes this year. Weah, though, losing the first man, crosses it in, but that one easy for Koi to jump out and grab. Doesn't quite make to Gildas in that case. And again, a look, but we got to start cranking down the screw here. Jeff saying low-key Udinese is pressing well. I don't know, man. They're... There's a couple moments. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that so much. Like they're doing well to press, but is the press done well? If you know what I'm saying? Not done the most skillfully, I guess is what I'm getting at. Because they turn it over way too much and haven't. I mean, I can look at the numbers. I don't know how many times they've turned it back the other way. Yield is doing a little dance. They're playing keepaways. Juve just looking again here, playing along the back line. Again, the 78% now. And that's the thing, right? Like, just to go back at you, Jeff, if Udinese was pressing well, I mean, they would get the ball. And even there, they win the ball back, but can't hold it. Immediately given back. So yes, they're pressing, but they're not successful at it. Feed in Vlahovic. Oh, and that was now given away down low with a counter coming to Udinese. Working the right side in this case. Kalulu's on. Cutting in, and he does well to keep on him. Cuts that shot out. And that dribbles away. Thauvin doing a bit of work down low to keep us on our toes, but Kalulu has the speed as opposed to Danilo. You know, just twist the knife in that one because we've been pretty hard on Danilo as of late. Guiccio saying, I don't think they're doing well to press. Juventus seem scared to pass. Are they scared? I think they're just very methodical. So the whole thing with the 3-5-2 is it's set up for a counterattack. So I'd rather see him, especially early on, be slower, more methodical with the ball, and try to get those looks, as opposed to exposing themselves too early on in the game to that counterattack. I mean, it is Italian football, right? This is all about the tactics. Ooh, and there's Cambiasso wins the ball on the left flank, charging up. He's got a couple of options. Vlahovic is not one of them. Took a deflection to clear it down, but Locatelli collects it. Middle of the pitch. It's looking right to Weah. Cross, no, cuts back. Coop with it. Okay, they're working it down low again. And then this is where we're sorry. This is where we'll see if they're scared, right? So I'm thinking methodical, and here's a nice long deep one. It's a little long. Yildiz collects it. Have to remember they're parking the bus, and there's a deflection. I believe that's a corner, or that's no, that was not a deflection. Oh no, he just cuts it too far to the left. Not horribly off. Yildiz looking. I was going through the legs as well. Not an easy shot. Yeah, so saying they're scared to pass, going back to Aguscio here, I think it's just more pragmatism currently. Now, if it's still 0-0 and it's the 70th minute and we're doing this, then I'm going to be like, all right, guys, like, let's do something with this one. Gatti charging up, giving it to Weah now. Still going. Gatti is up in the box looking for a header potentially. He's right there with Vlahovic. Savona looking to cross in, but hits a wall. Juve still with the control. And a note, if we're looking at the momentum map right now, there is only one small blip on the momentum for Udinese. It has been all Juve. 16 minutes. See if we can maintain this. That's the key. If we maintain this all game, an easy 2-0. We keep concentration, right? Like we don't let anything happen. Coop trying to be cute and faking it off to Vlahovic, letting him go through his legs, was not read by Vlahovic. But Locatelli getting the body in, winning it back. Juve turning it back into their control almost instantly. And Udinese can't get a good look at the ball today. Just a slow, methodical game, but honestly, pretty decent so far by Juve. We just need to see that killer touch. We need a slightly better look as well. Any of our looks that we have had have been slightly lower percentage. Pushed out a little wide. Little tight coverage. They haven't had a clear break at net yet. Yeah, this definitely feels like the noon game, doesn't it? Just after lunch. Juve doing well though to win it back. Coop scooping. Vlahovic heads it back. Cambiaso inverting, not inverting, but collapsing in centrally to support. Out to Yildiz. Man in the box. Oh, Thuram gets it, loses his man on net, and oh, it's in! Thuram! Booyah! That almost didn't go in, but hits it on the inside post. Doesn't actually cross the line. Bounces out into the back of Okoye, and then finally crosses over the line for a goal. Honestly, the shot isn't so much what impressed me, but once again, just barging his way through that back line to create the space for him. And just as I was saying, there wasn't a clear shot at the net for Juve. Thuram makes one for himself as he just steps past the defender and throws it far corner, almost too tight, but in the net. So I don't care. It's good. 1-0 Juve. Yeah, he's done that a couple times today. Just like, no, I'm going this way. I don't care that you're there. Step aside, bud. This part of the pitch is mine. Yeah, that's first one for Thuram. $20-minute goal. This is decent. Methodical. And Yildiz just takes that back. Tries to dribble past, doesn't work. Udinese doing it back. But right off the start of play, Udinese losing the ball. But they do get a bit of a chance here. Locatelli misses the cutout. Oh, wow, what a shot. Davis getting enough space to put one on the close corner up top. Di Gregorio pushes it away. Yeah, just Locatelli missing that. Gatti, he stays on him, but Davis just getting that. Davis is a big dude. That's the one thing with big strikers, right? They can get that half lunge ahead of you and get the ball in. Di Gregorio getting on it, pushing it out for a corner, though. So a bit of defending now for Juve. First time that they've kind of been in this position today. First score in the game coming in. Headed out. And Cheryl here saying, please play defense. You still need to play a bit of that for sure. Yeah. But it can't be all defense, not this early on. Get a second goal. Get a third goal. Why not? We can. Udinese has honestly looked horribly bad today. They've had a couple of decent looks, but like that last passage of play wasn't too bad, but currently sitting at 18% possession. But here they are trying to swing some momentum, cross into the box, long. Wow, and there is a collision there. Di Gregorio getting run into. Locatelli down. No, that wasn't Locatelli. That's Udinese. Wrong number 5. Oh, man. The black and white stripes, of course, throw you off. Oh, I don't know who came out of that one worse, to be honest. That's Paierto, the one crashing into Di Gregorio. And I don't know. Hopefully they're okay. Or Paierto, the Y is a J. Spanish, not my strongest. Oh, they're looking back at the goal again. That's Yildiz with the assist, by the way. Should be noted. But Pajerdo down, not looking good. He was the one on offense there, so he was the one that was crashing into Di Gregorio. So there's not going to be any fouls on that one. That's just getting a little overzealous, trying to get on the end of that ball. And yeah, Di Gregorio is on his feet and fine. He's ready to go. They're showing the Davis shot again. Yeah, that was a bit of a rocket. Di Gregorio having to have really strong hands to push that one out, which has shifted the momentum a little bit in Udinese's favor. Short of that injury there by Pajero, who seems to be okay. Is he still on the pitch, or he's on the sidelines currently? Yes, and he's just re-entered the pitch. He's okay. Locatelli just throwing that ball up. But then Udinese just kicks it out of bounds. And then, again, they had no cohesion today. They're lost. These are one of those matches, honestly, that Juve has to just absolutely take advantage of. A complete domination is what I'm talking about. This Udinese team, it's like a dog when they roll on their back. And just complete submission. Long ball out. Doesn't work out. Thuram pushes it for Udinese. Throw-in. I like how nobody gave the predictions for today either. It's like everyone's afraid this week, I think. So that Davis shot actually jumped up the XG to Udinese quite a bit. They're at 0.6 now. Stats making it an almost certain goal it should have been. So Di Gregorio obviously up on the stat line after that one, I'd imagine. If you're a stats nerd anyways. The only stat that matters at the end of this one is the score line. But we'll nerd out about it anyways. Oh, man. Thuram is just being a force. He doesn't come away with the ball this time. Oh, the play is called back, though. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So Thuram did get fouled on as his arm was tugged back. So that's what the call is for. It is still Juve's ball. Very nice. Thuram being a menace. Loka trying to release Weah. He does. Space, cross, and what a header away. I thought that was almost an own goal the way that was headed. But huge defense at the last, and it's going to be a corner. Lots of space for Weah there. Good shape. Honestly, just good defense at the end of that play. Otherwise, man. Oh, it's a goal kick. Goal kick. That go off a Juve player then? Did I see that wrong? It was offside. That's what it was offside. Sorry, guys. Well, short of it being offside, it looked really good. Juve get the ball back on another cheap throw-in. This is not. I'm just not impressed with Udinese's ball retention today. I'm kind of wanting to root a little bit for the opposing team. Ooh, what happened there? Yield is colliding. Oh, he gets a mouthful. I thought he slipped. Look at this again. So he brings the ball down. Yeah, he does just slip, but he hits his face on a Zube. That's an awkward one. Yeah, just like he took himself out, essentially. And then it's also a foul, so it's Udinese's ball. So Avant tries to launch it in. Way actually getting up there for the field goal block. Very well done. That's the American coming out. So Udinese with the ball still. Finally getting something. They didn't see anything for the first 20 or so minutes of this match. Past 10 minutes, though, admittedly, has been a bit more in Udinese's favor. We'll try to shift momentum here. If only they can keep possession of that ball. We're going to have to get into the possession stats at the halftime because I'm very interested to see passes completed, all that kind of stuff. As they give it away again. $30 minutes done. Interesting to see, though, if Juve will go for another one late. or if they're just going to play around with this one, go in with an easy 1-0 lead and play pragmatic. The defense has been very heavily criticized as of late. We've done it. Everyone's done it. It could be one of these, like, let's just get a clean sheet again and reset defensively, even if it's a 1-0 game. Given away now. And that's a dangerous spot as Locatelli slides in to cut that play out. It's a throw-in, though. And Udinese still finding a little bit of positivity here in this later part of the half. Very methodical game, though, once again. Just that 5-3-2 tends to lead a little bit more to that Wade now getting a call against Thauvin. Bit of a shove. They kick back off. Yeah, it's just like lots of lulls and then a bit of a break, bit of excitement. Thauvin maintaining control, does well. Passes it off. No space there for Udinese this time. Udinese still with it, trying to find some sort of space. No penetration today by Udinese, other than that one Davis shot. Coop, does he get foul? Yeah, he does get foul. Sorry, get the call as he shoves his man over. Getting a little too much on the press. And I mean, it's one of those situations now, right? Udinese just holding on to the ball in their back line. Doing nothing with it. Just wasting time, essentially. It's annoying. Coop trying to force the matter. Defender just going into tortoiseshell, essentially, trying to keep the ball because he can't pass now because Coop's all over him. And then Coop ending up fouling him because Buddy's just like falling over. Like, it's just so negative, right? That being said, Udinese cut that pass out, went it over. Another man down, though, on this play. Thuram on the ground, winning the ball. Now it's whistled. Not really sure what happened. Cabecele. No, that's Thuram. Here's the Cabecele one. Yeah, I see now. Kalulu sliding in. Yeah, that could have been called for a foul now. Following through, taking him out. and Gatti. I'm not sure. I wish we can hear what they were saying. But having a conversation with Cabecele, actually went up to him when he was down on his knees and kind of like pinched his lower neck, his shoulders, whatever, and was not appreciated. Makes you wonder. Maybe just a bit of the mind games getting in his head. It is Juve, though, to restart the play. And Locatelli trying to find a long ball to Coop and doesn't find it. But Coop somehow finds the ball after it's whistled down again. And that's another foul against Juve. So Udinese finally really starting to control some of the ball here as Cambiasso is trying to take it off him, winning the throw-in. Good challenge. But Juve have to take control again, close out the last 10 minutes here, because honestly, ever since the goal, it's been less and less Juve and more Udinese. Momentum slowly just shifted throughout the half. So Van being spoke to by the ref now. I think there's a bit of frustration mounting now for Udinese. Maybe not happy with some of the calls, frustrated that they're down by one. They should be frustrated with themselves, honestly. They need to be a little bit more positive on the ball. Now it's Juve just kind of playing along the back line. Udinese putting on a bit of a press. So maybe that's what Thauvin was trying to get the troops to do, round them up, getting them to press, get a little bit of energy as they close up this half. And it is Udinese that maintains control out of this play. They're the ones holding the back line now as they bring it all the way back to Okoye. And Juve won't press all the way down. That being said, here's Weah, called in by Vlahovic, forcing the play. And here is Thuram. He brings it up to Yildiz as he steps into the box, steps in, hits it off the post. Another shot, and it's in the back of the net. Savona putting it in on the rebound. Yildiz not quite sneaking it in there. It was a cute little shot. Bounce into the far post, doesn't quite curl in, bounces out. Savona walks in and hard charges it through the opposite corner. No chance on the play. It is 2-0 Juve. Booyah, the kid showing up today. And this is what we can see from Savona. It is not all doom and gloom with him. He's had a couple of off games. He's back at it tonight. Man, so, I mean, this was one in the midfield. This is an excellent example of winning the ball in the midfield and quickly changing the play up, moving forward, finding those positive movements. Now, looking back at the replay, there was a deflection on Yildiz shot. The deflection actually might have even made it closer in the sense that I think the original trajectory was going to go right into the keep. And that deflection causing the big rebound off the post. So maybe a little bit of luck on that one off the Yildiz deflection. Regardless, it's 2-0. Savona winning it back. And another Udinese player down off that challenge. Now, I wonder, let's look at this. Let's see. He's holding his face. I don't know how much contact was in that one. Oh, and Way was right on the doorstep too. He didn't react. Well, he was like right there. Not enough time to react to it. He kind of stuttered. But there was options. Zimruda is still down. I thought maybe he overextended. Maybe holding the face was just like a wince of pain, perhaps? I'm not really quite sure. He's back up, though. That arm tattoo lefty goal in the bottom corner, it reminded me of that guy. Of course, Chero's a big Dybala fanboy, and he's got that, what do you call it, just bands? They're just bands. The tattoo armband thing. Yes, I know, Chero. You're a big fanboy. I'll let you have it. Difference is Savona can play defense. Oh, okay. So anyway, Weah They do it back low again. Just dumps it in. Big deflection. Ball still in play. And Coop does well to see the ball out for a corner. But it's an offside call. Yeah. Coop is offside. Decent IQ to kind of see that ball out. But yeah, just leaning forward on that play. Shoulders offside. And could have been a good way to keep the pressure on late. 5 minutes left to go of this half. These kids are growing on me. Don't let it do. You're just getting used to it. This is your acceptance phase. That's all it is, nerd. Just in the acceptance phase. Don't let it happen. Stay true to your hate of these second kids. I don't like the color theory is all off. It's an absolute mess from like a technical standpoint of it. Like I don't like it from like an emotional or just preference standpoint alone, but like from a technical standpoint, I can't see past all the miscues, the mistakes. But I've already ranted about that, Ooh, give it to Yildiz too heavy. Yildiz had tons of space to run into there. Bad pass at the last. Another little spark after this goal. Momentum shifts again. Gatti stepping up, getting right in the way, winning the ball, and Udinese upset with that. I don't know if they're upset. No, this is within their own team. Davis, Thauvin, and one of their midfielders, number 8. Oh, Yildiz. Third arm. Yeah, give it away. So Lovric sort of was the last one of the 3 having some words. But here's Cambiasso getting pressured on. They bring it back to Kalulu. Maintain the control here. They, of course, are going to avoid any mistakes here in the last couple minutes to, at the very least, go in at 2-0. 3-0 would be lovely, but I think going in the half at 2-0 is more important than chancing 2-1 for the potential of a 3-0, if you know what I'm saying. We'll see, though. 2 minutes left to go. So Vonik looking long. Boy, it just pushed off the chance of even going up for the header there. Call that some pass interference. Back to Savona. He's pressured, but finds Kalulu across the pitch. Thuram is now the outlet, and he pushes up. Here's Yildiz. Safe now anyways from a Udinese attack. Locatelli looking to maybe slow it down, switch play up here. Brings to the right side now. Back to Savona. When Savona plays, a lot of the balls do kind of go back his way. It's just against a fast winger, he tends to lose his mark. Now, there isn't really one of those today that can challenge Savona. Udinese is a bit more of a bigger team than they are of a fast team. They don't have those large breakout wingers. They have wing backs in this case, right? Even if they're strike pairing, Davis is a pretty large dude as well. So I think that's one of the factors, right? The fact that Savona isn't getting outpaced. Just bit more able to control the game and play his style of game, right? This is a perfect type of game for him to get some minutes and experience. And he's done well today, getting a goal. Two minutes added on. Locatelli sliding in. Big challenge. Let's see if he gets a card. What did he do here? Oh, yeah. It was a foul, but he wasn't stretched out. He kind of collapsed in. Studs were on the ground. It wasn't a card. Good call by the ref. Free kick, though. Basically, right on the left flank. It's going to be a long sweeping ball into the box. Here it is, and punched away. Karlstrom wins it back, though. Loka on him. Ooh, and is this Gatti? Who's on the ground? Somebody didn't make it out of this one. I believe that was Gatti. That was his tattoo, I think. I saw it is. Yeah, it is Gatti holding his head. He got punched by Di Gregorio. Okay. A little bit of friendly fire there. Why does he look like Chiesa? And I'm not gonna lie, there's a couple times I thought I saw Chiesa today. Was it Yildiz that I thought looked like that? Who do you think looks like that? I think also Savona is getting some help from Weah physically, unlike the game with Stuttgart, where Savona was being helped by Chico, and Chico's good physically when he's on the ball. In both cases, though, you're saying he was being helped. I'm not 100% sure the comparison here, but regardless, there's the halftime. I think just overall, Udinese is a much easier team to play against, and ultimately, for whatever reason. All right, let's get into the stats, because that was a super positive, if not like over the top, exciting, high throttle, adrenaline pumping 45 minutes. It was a solid 45 minutes. There's a lot of positives to talk about, which is a nice change over the past couple of weeks. On Udinese player. Okay, yeah, maybe that's right. Who was it? I'll have to pay attention again, because you're right. I thought I saw a Chiesa doppelganger today on the pitch, and I was trying to ignore it so I wouldn't call Chiesa. it looks silly. So maybe that's why I'm repressing this right now. But you are 100% right. There is a Chiesa doppelganger on the pitch. All right, I'm going to bring up the FOT mob. We're going to look at the numbers, some of the stats. Jeff saying much, much better. Having these games where you can breathe a little bit, perhaps, is nice. Not too much excitement, not too much anxiety. Just nice and easy. Just nice and easy. Okay, so halftime numbers here. A lot of greens. Good to see for Juve. Not having greens. Gregorio 6'6". Whatever. He hasn't had to do much. Kalulu only a 6'5". He's done all right. I guess, yeah. He's just done all right. He hasn't had to do anything crazy. 6'5" is okay. Coop getting a 6.1. He's got 14 out of 15 passes. Long balls. 6.1 is a little low, is it not? His physicality has been appreciated up there, though. To win the ball back and just boss the midfield a little bit more. The midfield today, I got to say, overall, with around with an 8.1. Locatelli, a 7.1. The physicality in that midfield it's night and day from what we've seen. This is a great midfield. I'm loving it. It's doing well. It's winning the ball back. It's not making too many sloppy plays. There's a few, but not too many. Not compared to Udinese today. 6.1 feels a little low. Way also at 6.1. He's been okay. He's got a couple crosses into the box, but again, he misses that bit of finesse at the end. He's got a lot of speed. But he's almost a one-trick pony, and if he can't use that speed to clearly break by the last defender, he's just going to stop and play it back. Now, it sort of works out with Savona being his right back because, and we saw it, he can't shoot, he can't score, he got the goal. He's at an 8, by the way. It sort of works out in this situation. Again, 6.1 I feel is a little bit low, but yeah, he hasn't been spectacular either. Vlahovic. I don't know. I'm just gonna take a water, reflect on the ghost of Vlahovic. You guys got anything? He wasn't there. He's just nowhere to be seen today. Now, on one hand, you can almost argue he hasn't been really given the service. But why is it that we're up 2-0? The other guys found some positioning. I mean, Third Adam was creating positioning. That's sort of what you want your big physical striker to do. I don't know. Am I being too hard? I know there's some Vlahovic haters and some Vlahovic lovers. What do we feel about Vlahovic's 45-minute performance so far today? Oh, Thauvin. Is it Thauvin? It only looks like Chiesa from the back, though. Like Thauvin, when I see his face, I know it's not Chiesa. I think it might just be the rear shot. Dusan did miss something in the first minute. Yes, he did. I'm trying to remember it, though. What exactly happened? There's another volley, another cross into the box. Remind me. Because yes, I do recall him like showing up in the first couple minutes, and then that was it. We should swap him with Georgis. Georgis. Oh yeah, I know there's a specific way to pronounce that name, and I'll have to work on it. The Turkish names always trip me up. I'll have to get learned one day proper. I still can't say Changalonglu. Absolutely kills me. I don't know. Just Turkish I cannot do. It's something to do with how my tongue works, perhaps, in that language. Do not get along. We need a new striker. Yeah. Yeah, we do. You got 2 months. You got 2 months to potentially get a new one. It came from a Thuram pass. He cannot control it. Yeah, Thuram's been on point today. Got criticized last game. He's on point. The stats. Let's get to the stats here. Yes, this is what I wanted to show with the momentum map. Here for the first 20 minutes, just a little white blip for Udinese. We get our goal. And then after that goal, it was honestly almost all Udinese at that point. This was the Davis chance. This spike right here, 23rd minute. And then it wasn't until we just finally got that goal back, like a counterattack. It was just we wanted the ball in midfield and pushed back the other way aggressively, decisively. That's kind of what you expect a 3-5-2 to be doing. But we did that today with our 4-2-3-1. And that's actually nice to see. We talked about that a bit, of giving up some of the possession in favor of working on a counterattack. I'm Swedish. It's Ugres, kind of. That's how you pronounce it? Ugres? Is that a Swedish name? I thought it was Turkish. I gotta look this up then. I might be completely off. I'm just making heavy assumptions here right now. Catching me out. Yeah, he is Swedish. Okay. I just thought that name was Turkish for some. Well, I'm not good at Swedish either. So I mean you're getting me either way, you know? All right, I'm sorry. Well, if you're Swedish, then like learn me up. And I mean I'm already learning now that is nationality. Looking up on transfer market. Hungarian background. Okay, that's is it a Hungarian name then? Yeah, okay. I'm Hungarian. I'll tell you later how it's pronounced. Hungarian parents. Okay. Okay, there we go. So I'm all over the map right now. I went from Turkey to Sweden to Hungary. I'm a mess. Okay, we'll work on that. That's for the post-game analysis. My pronunciation of Victor Einar Gyökeres or something. Somewhat like that. Right, sorry about that. Just embarrassing myself here. But the stats, let's do it. 67% possession. It was as high as I believe like 82% for a brief moment. But still, heavy possession. But counterattacking on it, doing something with it. This is positive possession. It's not just possession for the sake of possession. We've been criticized heavily for that as of late. So positivity. So XG 0.09 to 0.79. So we're definitely outperforming the XG. Total shots 2 to 6. On target 1 to 2. So both yards on target going in. High conversion. Big chances 0 to 1. Chances missed 1. I wonder which one that would have been considered as. Was it the Vlahovic one? Accurate pass is 130, 84% or 292, 91%. So again, up that 90% percentile. 292, lots of passes. Again, doing something with it. Fouls both at 6. Corners, Udinese with the only one. So possession, yeah. Let's look at. So they only had 130 passes at 84%. 74 in own half. Okay, and that's a big one for us. We have 208 in our own half to 84 in opposition half. So we are doing a lot of kind of negative passing, but are eventually finding those openings, which I am okay with. You sacrifice a bunch of passes to just wait for your turn, wait for the opening, and then pounce on it. But yeah, I thought Udinese might be a little bit worse. Let's go to the defense. Yeah, so they've only won 2 of 4 tackles. Interceptions 2 to our 4. I'm just trying to create a picture, find the picture there in the stats of Udinese giving up the ball so much, just giving it away. Yeah, duels, there's another one, 12 to 22. Ground duels, they're 10, 34%. We're 19, 66%. So there's where the story's kind of coming. Only 40% of aerial duels for our 60. 0 dribbles at all from them. And we had 4. So yeah, we're working them. The stats do tell the story a little bit, but we're working them. We're controlling it. We're nice and comfortable. They're saying I'm pretty sure it's a Swedish name, but then he says, okay, I am wrong. Regardless, it's a name that I cannot fully pronounce at this moment. I wonder if Google will tell me how to pronounce it. How to pronounce. Oh, okay, there's the YouTube. Let's see if I can get this. I'm going to bring it up. We're going to learn live together. Just give me a quick second as I switch over my screens. Okay.
From football, make sure to more of those. So in say it as Victor Gyökeres. Gyökeres.
Gyökeres.
Victor Gyökeres.
Gyökeres. Jokeres, something like that. How am I doing, Elon? Oh man. I I don't know if I ruined that or not. But yeah, Elon, if it is Hungarian, Jokeres. How close am I? At least if I'm at least a 90%, I think I'll take it as a win. But yes, from Sporting CP, he's been talked about a bit too. It's definitely one of those profiles. I got it very good. All right, I'll take it. You don't have to be nice to me. If it's bad, let me know if it's bad. I know. I'll practice on my spare time. Speaking of Hungary, I played on the F1 sim today. I did some Hungarian Grand Prix. Good track. Of course, it's the Sao Paulo, Brazil Grand Prix today. McLaren making the charge in the sprint race today. Doing a 1-2, Max in third, Ferrari in 4-5. Grand Prix tomorrow where the big points happen. Okay, let's get back let's get back to the actual game here instead of Hungarian language practice. As the players are starting to take the field here. There's Danilo. He took a little wince there as he passed the ball. Interesting. The old man feeling some pain. Some physical pain, emotional pain. Who knows? Who knows? Getting there. My name has the O with the or no, what type of accent is that? 2 hashes going to the right. We might just need to have you on. Come in on the call-in show tomorrow night if you can. Give us a language lesson. That'd be cool. Try to get Dash to pronounce things. His Yankee ass trying to do anything with culture. No need for Juve. We're learning Hungarian. Well, that's part of it, right? It's a pretty large community. I know there is a Hungarian fan club as well. I got them on Instagram. So there's obviously a big Hungarian contingent in the Juve world. So this is part of it, right? It's not just a bunch of old Italian men yelling at their TV. I mean, we're from all over. That's what it's all about. International team. All right. So players finally on the pitch here. A decent record there. Runyak, 7-1-4. Udinese coach. We will have some substitution for Udinese here. See, a Bosse. There was another. Juve's slow to come out. They're just like sauntering back onto the pitch here. Come on, boys. That's not the energy we want to see. Zarlaga is the other one. So who's it coming out? Oh, is there a third change now? No. Come on, update me. I have not seen who's coming off. Oh, I'm just noticing as well. I don't know why it escaped me. So Thuram wasn't credited with the goal. It was an Okoye own goal. Sorry. Sucks. I hate those. Ruins the stats. And just give me a quick sec now. I have to get the scoreboard going. We're about to kick off once again for the second half. And of course, so I got 45-16. 16 seconds in. We're going to sync up. Okay, yeah, more language. Swedes and Hungarians have the funny O, apparently. Got to learn about this O. There's a long O, a short O. But we are underway. Synced up here in 5 seconds. Okay, there we go. Clock is up, and Udinese Gonna take a longer shot, and that's a Locatelli slide. Puts it up in there. Di Gregorio picks it up. All right. So this is positive now going into the second half, 2-0. With all the stats for the most part in our favor as we give up a juicy one. That's not what we want to see. Losing concentration right early there. Gatti cleaning up, but it's a corner. And not a good start. I didn't like the body language coming out of the tunnel. Just looked very lazy. Looked like they're like, yeah, we got this one's in the bag. No, that corner immediately kicked out for another corner. And the second attempt is taken short. Curled back in and caught. Now, in terms of the energy levels, though, on one hand, I want them to be a bit more positive, not fall asleep here and make those really dumb plays like what just happened. But I also want them to conserve a bit of energy for the midweek game because that's pretty important as well, especially losing that last one. Oh, and that's going to be a foul. Vlahovic drawing the yellow. Finally using his body to draw something out. Free kick in a decent position. Just the top of the right box. Actually, this could be very well in Vlahovic range. Will he take it after winning it? He's kind of a selfish lover, right? Like, how many penalties has he scored off other people's penalties? But that's by all in the books. I think it's Vlahovic. Funny enough, the O means island, and it's a letter. Of course, the Swedes have a letter just for islands. You guys are like all about the islands. Yeah, Nerd thinks it's Vlahovic and coming. It looks like it. Stepping up. Oh, he tries to get sneaky with it, but it's just a softer one to the far post. It's collected. Elon saying, so mad that we couldn't play this tough in the games against Parma or Cagliari. Dal at the Deschamps goal. Not quite this time, Dal. I know you want to try to get a win against Dash this week. Savona clearing back up field, but Udinese keeping control. Trying to force the space this time. Juve standing strong. Udinese cycling it around, trying to find anything. And they find a bit of space here, but Thauvin does not get it in the box. It's out of bounds, and it's going Juve's right direction. Sorry. Not a lot of space. Juve's actually doing an excellent job right now of just taking away lanes, pressuring, forcing them out wide, down low. Down to low percentage stuff. Okay, so here's Thauvin. Is this the guy we think that looks like Chiesa? Might be. I said I'd pay attention, but I haven't been. But Tash was riding him like a groupie. Oh man, that's funny. You should say that when he's around. Okay, Juve's coming up with the ball now. Lots of space on this right side. Way with it. Savona stepping in with the through ball, crossing, wins the corner. Holland would have less goals for us. The never-ending debates. It's hard to say with any sort of conviction one way or the other, right? Like it's just completely different situations. Perhaps that might that might be a true statement. But no one will ever know. Okay, Coop lining up this one. Got a few guys here on the sidelines as well, warming up. I see McKinney. Ooh, headed away. So I saw McKinney. Who else was down there? Chico. Oh, ball sent back into the box. It's not settling quite well enough and kick down range. I think Holland would dominate in Serie A. And okay. They're saying 3 goals in 11 games, and they were against some random teams in UCL, like in Ukraine and Southampton. And Southampton don't count, apparently. Is there a Northampton? Is there an East Hampton? How many Hamptons are there? Just the Hamptons in the States where all the rich people live. There is no Northampton. Well, that's silly then, isn't it? Why don't they just call themselves Hampton then if they're the only Hampton? One Hampton. Just call yourself Hampton. It's a shithole. Yeah, they don't even know how to name themselves. They're already relegating themselves to the Southampton when they're the only Hampton. They can just be called Hampton. Just own it. I've lost all respect for that place. That okay. Let's slow down. I don't think this is a goal. There is a ball in the back of the net for Udinese, but the keeper's the ref is immediately calling this one back. Sorry, as I was making fun of Hampton. It's the ball over the top. So Gatti gets okay. I can see why he wasn't calling that one a goal. So Gatti gets pushed in the back by Davis. As a result of that push, Gatti's shoulder moves forward into the ball, which moves it away from Di Gregorio from collecting, and Davis just comes and kicks in the back of the net. So a bit of a let-off for Udinese. I can see the frustration, but at the same time, there's no goal. No need to worry. It's still 2-0. We know he can dribble, run. He did it in Dortmund. It's just Pep's system. Okay, talking about Holland. Yeah, no goal, guys. Relax. There is Northampton next to the Silverstone ring. Is that north of Southampton? Okay, who's down on the ground? Sir, we're talking about Hampton again. We got a player down. It's Weah. And Coop is waving his hand saying, guys, pay attention. Stop the play. I think Weah's out. What happened here? Oh, he just got stepped on. Oh, man. That's just in the passage of play. He was just moving the ball around and just ended up stepping on Weah, who was in the way. 54 minutes. It's a little early to want to put on Conceição. Just for rotational purposes here with the next game coming up. The Shaw and 8 goals is 1 assist in his last 11 games. He's got to work on the assists. But Holland is magic. Holland was shit in his last Dortmund season. No VAR review. For which play? For the Weah one? Because they're not going to do a VAR review for an on-goal. Like, if there wasn't like a red or anything on the play, they can't just call that back. It would. VAR doesn't work for all calls because it would just get bogged down with VAR reviews, essentially. If that's what we're talking about. It looks dirty, but I think it's incidental. Yeah, no, there was nothing in it. But Udinese is bringing the ball forward again. Big cross in the box. Never going to make it. Di Gregorio collects it. So a choppy start to the half. A lot of stoppages. Let's hope for a little more fluidity because otherwise, kind of really eats away at the flow of the game. He's literally the same player as Dusan, but in a better team, and if anything, can't score long shots and free kicks, but is faster. Dal's going hard. Nerd fighting back a little bit. Eli saying, yeah, potential red. If it was us doing the foul, surely they would review, believe me. But if I'm not mistaken, if they think it's a red card, they could call it back. It's not called, so I mean, what are we gonna do? Here we are now, though, moving it forward. Cambiasso, they didn't see him. He was running into space. Long cross in, way at the far post. Doesn't make it to him. McCoy collects it. Oh, Jesus. You guys are funny in the comments sometimes. Sometimes I refrain from saying them out loud. Udinese dumping it long. Right to Savona, though. Does well to keep the ball. Brings it back to Di Gregorio. Long ball, though, now doesn't make it. We're playing the ping pong. Coop gives it away off the head. But Wade just comes back, collects it just to give it away again. Ooh, and this is a yellow card now. That was a bad tackle. Locatelli's in protest, but he pulled out of that one as well. They didn't really give a good angle on that replay. He obviously got his guy. I don't think he got the ball at all there. Because it wasn't an offensive phase as well. It's not his first defense. Good position, though, for the free kick. The left corner. A few feet off the top of the box. And that is headed high over the bar. Adele saying, oh shit, there is a Northampton. Damn, Northampton looks beautiful. Adele saying, my bad, must be a bigger shithole. But is Northampton north of Southampton on the map physically? And is there an East or West Hampton? Di Gregorio trying to find the long outlet, doesn't make it. Instead, it's Udinese now. Quickly turns this around onto the attacking phase. Savona working it, trying to get his man. Now it's Wea. Can't win the ball. It's Pajero doing well, maintaining control. Bring it back along the back line, and it's on the right side now as they try to bomb in. Big, long cross straight to Di Gregorio again. That is one thing with Di Gregorio as well. He is a bit of a monster. He's a tall dude, physical. He's going to easily collect those balls into the box. It's one of those underappreciated factors of a goalkeeper sometimes. Oh, excuse me. Voice is getting dry today. That cold fall air is starting to take its toll. Yeah, weather's starting to change in these parts. Winter is near. East Hampton is apparently a village that hasn't even got Google Pics on the map. That must be really nice. I wonder if they got roadmans. So what's a roadman? Wow, Vlahovic actually does well to win this ball back in a dangerous position. What an outside curler, but Coop can't get on the end of it. Yield is chasing down. And Zaraga clearing it downfield. It's still Juve's ball. Now, what's Roadman? Must be something in Europe. Yeah, good by Vlahovic to just steal that ball coming in from behind. Like, beautiful left-footed curling pass into the box. Could have been a beauty. Third arm, though, crossing in, floating it right out of bounds. He must have just hit that one wrong. Okay, I'll see Fagioli down there warming up. So it's McKennie, Fagioli, and Conceição on the sidelines. 61 minutes, so I expect to see him pretty soon. Imagine that's Fagioli for Locatelli, especially now that he's on a yellow. Get him a bit of rest. Weah, of course, he's not typically a 90-minute player in any case, but also now a bit banged up. So that's Conceição's position. And then McKennie, I would normally say it's for third arm, but I'm going to think as Coop is still wearing that vest, the armor, whatever you want to call that, chest rig, that he's not going to be forced through the 90 minutes, and you might see McKennie play up top in the 10 role again. But here's third arm now. Yildiz also... Does Chico come on for Yildiz, who's been pretty quiet in the second half? Cambiasso, I'm surprised he actually drew the foul in that one. I thought he just kind of dribbled himself in. Was there a challenge on the play? There certainly was. Certainly was. Sexy Travella by Deshaun. Yes, that's... I thought Travella was only when it was a shot. Does it count when it's a pass as well? Is there a technicality in that one that I'm unaware of? Let's see. Google Travella. Is it... Oh, but here's Weah. Working the right bit of space. Cross. Doesn't make it. Yes, this Travella shot. No, it's just, well, according to this, it's Wikipedia, the technique of putting curl on a ball with the outside of the foot. So it's the technique. It doesn't necessarily mean or matter if it's a pass or not. Okay, all right. I suppose it works for a pass then. I'll buy it. Dusan cannot get in the right place for that way across. Yeah, no, that's worth noting for sure. He's always in the vicinity, but we're not even talking about him because he's not actually... Like, the vicinity is not close enough to try to make any effect on those crosses into the box in the first place. So, yeah, positioning. Dash is going to have fun talking about Dusan's positioning tomorrow night. Pajero again doing well, working on the left side, taking on a couple dudes. Don't matter, he can handle it. Just notice the frog in Udinese shirt sleeves. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the story is behind that. It's not new either. A roadman is British slang for a young man with a streetwise urban style. They often wear sportswear like tracksuits and puffer jackets. Yes, okay, I know what you're talking about. Vlahovic looking for support, wins it back off the long ball. Here's way up. They bring it back. They're slowing it down. Just no control on that ball, unfortunately. Grealish is definitely a road man. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, though. I didn't know there was a term for that. Curling the box doesn't land nice either. A little high. Couldn't get the heads on it. Okay, so we're gonna get some changes finally. It's Mac and Chico down in the box, ready. Come on. Waiting on the Fajoli change, I suppose, and whoever else they're gonna switch up. We haven't seen Ruhi lately. That would be a decent, just rotational piece in there. I don't know if we want to play Cabal at all. Get Cambiaso some rest. Udinese winning it back, but wasting it. We are seeing Lorenzo Luca as well as Hassane, but we are more interested in Luca because he is a potential shooter in January. Roadmans are evolved Chavs. Do you mean Chads? Like the American Chad? Because Chads are more American, are they not? Unless Chav is another term, I don't know. So Udinese are making 4 changes now. Total. 2 at this point. I should mention to clarify. There's 2 C's. Why is it pronounced Luca and not Luca? Or Lucha. Lucha, I suppose. Because it doesn't matter if there's that's actually a good question. I couldn't tell you. Chad is good chav. Okay, now we're getting into it. Nerd identifies as a street man. Okay. So chav is basically trash of England, like trailer park, but you don't have trailer parks there, do you? It is easy to make fun of a trailer park. Well, Canada has that show Trailer Park Boys. Out of production now, but cult classic here in Canada. Comedy. Yildiz is winning the ball back, beating Vlahovic. Hard to control, gets it in the way of his feet. Vlahovic back on it, throws it at the net. Bad angle. It's parried away out for a corner. Vlahovic getting the crowd in it. Amping up the away fans. Corn coming. Let's go. Time for a third goal. What do you guys say? Yeah, but they're from the projects. Yeah, because you don't have trailer parks, so it'd be like, yeah, the projects, essentially. We're learning Hungarian and British slang today. Yeah. Bring it on, guys. Teach you some Canadian slang. Maybe get some German slang from the other Dave. Coop at the corner. Kalulu doesn't really get on that one. And it's a goal kick. Finally, some substitutions at the 69th minute. So Udinese making 4 changes before we make any. But finally, McKennie and Conceição coming on. Thuram is making way. What else do we have in store? Really taking our time with this change. Good time wasting. Deshaun to rests. Indeed. So, Chico false 9. What are we doing here? Any predictions? Yeah, you can continue showing that blonde on television. Why not? Still waiting for the play to start. Chico's on the right. Yildiz in the center. Weah's on the left. Coop is still up top. And McKenny is in Thronam's position. So there you have it. Is it a 4-3-3? I think it's a 4-3-3. See what we do anyways with this. 20 minutes to go. Cambiasso cutting that long ball out, and Di Gregorio's going to pump it back the other way. Ball's up in the air, 50-50s. Udinese coming away. Big back number 9. Yeah, I think that might be a bridge too far in terms of position for Big Mac. Remember saying I know some Canadian slang that Tim Hortons is Timmy's. I learned that when I visited this. You were in Canada this summer? You didn't even tell me. Where were you? Whereabouts? Yeah, Timmy's for Tim Hortons. The place is trash, though. I don't recommend it. It's everywhere, though. Coffee's burnt. All the pastries are pre-frozen. Everything's pre-frozen. Yeah, it used to be good back in the day. And they got bought out by whoever owns Burger King. They got a super generic, like, Food International or something stupid like that. So it's technically an American company now. It's gone downhill. But yeah, Timmy's. It's technically Canadian slang. Lots of time wasting. They're just killing the clock here, taking their time. Doesn't make for great television here, Juve, but I don't think they care at the moment. Yeah, tell me about your Canadian expedition there, nerd. And why did you choose Canada? Canada's not like the most... It's not the cheapest, and it's not the easiest to get to either, you know? And it's large to actually get around and see stuff. So I'm always interested as to why Canada gets chosen. Not to say you shouldn't visit it. There's lots of beautiful places, but it's one of those things, I guess, when you're from the place, you're less excited about it. But no, just to know what tickles people's fancy. Since you're learning about people's language, why not figure out their travel choices? Business or pleasure. Long ball in. Oh, what another let up. That was just a bad shot from, who was it? Sadi. Edmonton was too warm for your Swedish body. Why did you go to Edmonton? You don't visit Edmonton. You go to Edmonton to work. I lived there for 9 years. You don't just visit. You visit Calgary, which is down the highway. You don't visit. That's an interesting one. What was the temperature? It can get hot there in the summer. You clearly didn't go in the winter because it would not have been too hot for you. Oh, big punch away from Di Gregorio on that corner. Oh, you have family there. Nice, nice. Yeah, what month was it then? Because Edmonton is typically a lot cooler. There's Chico getting it. One-on-one, but the guy coming from behind. Does he? Oh, he pulls. Chico pulls the shirts and gets called back on it. Yeah, to get to Edmonton, you probably had to stop in Montreal or Toronto first. Get on another plane, keep on going. And there's McKenny pressuring down. Is that a foul? They're on top of each other, but they're laughing about it. "75 minutes, and it honestly feels at this point that the game is done. Oh, but Savona loses at his set in a dangerous position. And Luca tries at it. Foot gets in the way, and now it's a corner. It was third. Yeah, that is not typical for Edmonton at all. You probably went the 1 week that it got that hot. Yeah. No, that is pretty warm, especially for Edmonton. Corner's coming in. Not as confidently punched away, but Savona's going to clear it up. June to July. Yeah. So that makes a bit of sense. Trust me, if you went in January, it'd be like minus 40 out. You would not feel too warm. Interesting facts, if you will. Edmonton is the northernmost metropolis in the Western Hemisphere. It's got about 1 million people. I think it's like 800,000, but like the greater area is about 1 million. Stockholm, Frankfurt, then Calgary, then we drove. Not a horrible drive though. But yeah, Frankfurt, that actually makes sense because Frankfurt's a big hub. I've been through there like 3 or 4 times, just getting to different spots. Big airport there, the Frankfurt one. Yeah, I guess it was a bit cheaper. Did they come down to Calgary and drive you up, or you got the rental? Was it 3? I think 3 hours, 3.5. Which is that's close in Canada terms. Here's Udinese. Causing some trouble on the right. Crossing it in, and Cambiasso pushed that out. Another corner. I'm actually surprised Cambiasso is being given so many minutes without rest as well. How much does that guy got in the tank? Him and Locatelli. Workhorses. Juve still has 3 changes to make. There's only 12 minutes left in this game. And we play on Tuesday. Where are the substitutions? And here's the corner. Gatti's heads on that one. Still up, though, and Pajero. Big deflection. Another corner. Udinese in a position to try to snatch one back here late as they continue to get chances. Oh, maybe a lucky bounce there. Doesn't work out for Udinese. Another corner. It's just going from left to right here. Elo Zane. Cambiasso inherited Lichtsteiner's lungs, luckily. He's relentless. Seems that way, yeah. Corner coming in. Heads up, punched away. Still in play. And Yildiz trying to work it upfield. Doesn't. But gets it back. Tricky. Finally, Locatelli gets a big deflection for a goal kick. Juve is playing on the back foot now. Udinese is pushing and is getting a bit worrying. Absolutely. Yep. They're just giving up. They're ready for Tuesday, it seems. That being said, if they can see 2 goals, 10 minutes left, that would be shocking. It's only 2-4 for the shots. Like, we've done nothing the second half. And unfortunately, I saw that, as I've already mentioned, just their body language coming out of the tunnel. So it's Savona making way. And now it is Cabal. And Danilo. I would have liked to see Cambiasso get some rest. If only for 10 minutes. Okay, so it is Cambiasso and Savona. It's Danilo as a right back. Now, this is the proper use of Danilo. 10 minutes left of the game. You're up 2-0. Udinese, whatever. Let the main guys get a bit of rest. But he does put on the armband. He is the captain regardless. So Locatelli giving it up. I don't necessarily agree with that. Like when the captain, I don't know. Locatelli is fine having that band. Whatever. We can talk about that later. Been a burst of energy here from Juve, but they give it away in a dangerous midfield position with space on the right flank. Do they do anything? No, they take the chance from downtown and put it up into space. 51st row, or 54th row is, I think, what we're going with for Doosan. Yeah, so a bit of a let off again for Udinese. Just rushing that play, getting rid of the ball prematurely. Yeah, tons of space. Could have taken a couple steps there, but no. And this is what Udinese is losing. No surprise. Like, Juve had a pretty decent first half, not going to lie. The second half, nah. Not so much. And Udinese not having a horrible season either this year, but certainly an off game today for the most part. 16 points so far. Only 3 behind us with current numbers. So they were tied with us to begin with. And here's a ball in. Oh, off the crossbar. That was Luca. Almost getting the goal. I guess we're not signing him now because we only sign people that score against us. Game's not over, though. 8 to go. And a decent cross into the box as well. Tough saying. Danilo and we're conceding now. Oh, I don't want to believe it. Juve with a bit of offense finally. Oh, but Yield is stripped. Yield is having another bad game. Inconsistent. Oh, and Weah taken out again. And there's a yellow card on the play. Is it Giannetti? Or Davis getting this? Let's look at it again. Oh, yeah, it's just face palming him. We still have one more substitution to make, and I hope we make it because every week I yell about this. Udinese still has one slot as well. Only 6 minutes left. Just got to close this out now. It's good to see Cabal get a few minutes this game as well, just to keep a bit of form. Chico, wide ball to him. He does well to control that on the back heel. Brings it back, though. It's all game management at this point. They're not going to overcommit. And we are seeing Mbangula coming on shortly. It's either Yildiz or Weah. Both could use a substitution. Yildiz mostly absent, especially in the second half. But Weah now working on the left now since the substitution. Yildiz picks it up. It's probably Weah because Yildiz is playing in the center now. Conceição cutting it in. Yildiz. Chico, and a big deflection. That was actually looking pretty decent, but it's out for a corner. Good interchange with Yildiz and Chico there, back and forth. Slow to take it as well. Coop in the corner. Chico standing short. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go short and waste a few seconds off the clock. Of course, try to prevent any counterattack late and losing the clean sheet, but they do go long. Keeper had to come out. Weah on the volley. And that's out for throw. And Bangula coming on. And it is Weah, of course. In a game like this, like why? What's a 5-minute rest at this point? Like give the guy some actual rest. He's got banged up a few times. He is injury prone. Give him Bangula like 10, 15 minutes. What's this 4 minutes nonsense? I don't know. I have issues. Not saying that my concerns are necessarily valid. I don't know what you guys think about it, but not completely happy with Mota's changes. Sometimes not even making that 5th change, but they make these changes super late in a game that's essentially already locked down. Like I don't know. But all 5 subs for both teams have now been committed. And now we just got to see this one out. Chico not getting, or he is getting called back on that. That's the problem with these small guys too, is they just get underneath the dudes and they fall over them. How are we liking this Yield on as a main striker? It's not working. Other than that little Chico thing there recently, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say as well, because when he went centrally, we basically went to game management mode. So it's not a really fair assessment. But here's the ball in, and it's away by Gatti. Udinese not finding any luck today. Coming close on a couple occasions. Bar denying Luca recently. And Juve scrambling for the clearance. Chico should have just booted it downfield. Does he win the throw? Does not. And protested. I'm pretty sure that was off Udinese. I don't know. How are you guys feeling with Yields centrally? If anything, again, not really a fair assessment. Oh, ball in for Udinese. Danilo, or that was Cabal, sorry, kicks it out, but Udinese maintain control. Davis. Oh, dangerous by Locatelli. He goes down, doesn't get the ball, which is probably a good thing. Because it could have been a messy one in the box. Out for a corner, though. Pajero can take it. 1 minute left. Ooh, headed away. Yield is. Kick it, man. Kick it down. Just, no. Tries to feed up to Cabal. And it's out for another Udinese throw. It's 50-50. One's not really going Juve's way at the moment. Well, they waste about 30 more seconds. A little more defending to do now. And Bangula, ooh, high foot gets the ball, though. And now he's released on the left with lots of space. Chico is there for him. He's cutting in. You got Coop. Coop fucked it up, but McKenny still has it. He dekes himself out back to Bangula. Oh, and it's a miss pass and out by Udinese. And Coop, man, you're killing me. You're killing me. Oh. Yellow card now. And that was Gatti getting a face full. 4 minutes added on. Oh, man, Coop. This was supposed to be a 3-0 game. Gatti gets the yellow card. Oh, it just kind of bounced up onto his shin. And he was a little bit behind the ball as well. He was there, man. It was there. Coop kicked it with the bootstrap. Oh, it looks like he came up high on his shin, which is obviously hard. And kind of being not behind, he was a little bit too far ahead. His body weight was ahead of the ball. But it was there. So close. Almost his first. Oh, man. It'd be nice to get a 3-0 matching up with when Inter did at Empoli this weekend. Or this week. Di Gregorio totally wasting time right now. Holding on to it. Really, just got to see this out. And this is a tactic we've seen in the past, is not going to absolutely kill the game off and get that third. It's just being pragmatic and accepting the 2-0. But Chico over the top and can't get it. I get accused of saying it's Allegri-esque, but it's sometimes there's certain aspects that are similar there. Can't completely write it off. I know some people they don't even want to hear the name Allegri. They get offended by the name Allegri, it seems. I don't know, but the feeling is sometimes still there. Pragmatism is not dead. The real question, does Udinese find a last-minute screamer, or do they just go home to their mamas today? It's only Saturday. I guess they'll go home for Sunday dinner tomorrow. Get good rest tonight. Didn't really show up much today. But here they are. Karlstrom can't control it in the box. Getting a little too fancy. And Yildiz away. He's only got one man ahead of him. Oh, what does he do? He's got Chico coming on the right. That's a bad pass. And then he gets a foul on Davis. That's fine. Just kill a few seconds. I just really want that third. Going a full half without cheering is just not my idea of a good time, I suppose. Dallas saying, I don't mind the growing pains. Oh, is that an offside pass or is it good? Still in play. Danilo heads it out. It was not called offside, but Juve does control it. There's 10 seconds left to go here. Coop goes down. He chipped the ball over. I don't know if he took a knock. Hopefully not in the ribs there. But the game's over. Just concerned about Coop right now. Is he okay? I really hope so, because we know he's injured. But it is a 2-0 victory coming off a couple of shootouts. We really forget we won one game like last 12 at the end of the year. No, we don't forget. And that's the thing. And this is the argument that I'm kind of hating right now from like the anti-Allegri people. And I'm not saying that. It's not that we forgot what Allegri did. There's moments throughout this season that feel similar to what we had before. Whether it was Allegri, whether it was ever since we stopped winning the Scudetto, there is moments that still feel the same. People expect a revolution, but it's evolving. It's an evolution, right? So it's not to say, oh, Allegri's still the best, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, he's not the best, but it's clear that there's still similar philosophies in place. It's not a complete evolution of the game. Despite what people say Mata does, he is not a complete evolution. He's an evolution. He's a more forward-thinking form of pragmatism. I ain't anti-Allegri. No, I know. But when you have pretty much the same team after the injuries, are you really surprised? I guess the answer is no, because, and that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of similarities, but going back to Allegri, people hate on Allegri, but look at the team that he had. So we're, yes, essentially working with a very similar team. And yeah, you say Mata is the next step. That's why it's an evolution, not a revolution. We're basically agreeing, Val, is what we're saying, right? It's just a lot of the community. Let's be going on a bit of a rant here after we went 2-0 and Simona gets the play over the match. We should really be celebrating at this point. I guess what gets me going is that when things are bad for Mata, all it ever is give him time. But when things are bad for Allegri, it was just like immediate hate. I don't want to dwell on this. This could be more for the college show. Let's do that. There's no point in dwelling on any of this right now. But you get a clean sheet after conceding 6 over 2 games. We bring it back. We get a nice 2-0. Let's look at some of the numbers and let's celebrate a little bit. Ew. All right. Oh, man. Give me a sec here. There you go. Okay. So Savona getting the 8.4. Having a great game today. Elon's saying 100% support the process. We can't expect total overhaul in 10 match days. No, absolutely. And I guess where people get hung up is that when I say it feels similar, I'm not saying it's the same. There's a feeling. It's an emotional feeling that I'm talking about. Like, there's watching the games. There's a lot of those similar emotions. Now, when you go back and you look at the numbers and you look at the stats, yeah, there's a clear difference in style of play and how the game is played out. Absolutely. This is like an eye test. This is a very subjective feeling, right? Like, it's just an opinion. But apparently some people are not okay with others' opinions and just have to trash things. It's nobody here. It's kind of a couple people within the community just have such an anti-Allegri bias that they don't want to hear the guy's name whatsoever and will just go in like complete defensive mode. Anyways, fans are fickle. They hate on West End way just because they are American, even if they play good. Yeah, and there's another example, right? The fans are fickle, absolutely. If we win 1-0 in Lille, I'll be extremely happy. Anyone in Europe, absolutely. Allegri had 8 years, Monte had 4 months or so. That's why one got hate, the other, did you know that Allegri was not going to change and was set? No, absolutely. No, and that's why you need to change with them. Again, we're kind of saying the same thing. Allegri is a great manager, but he isn't the guy to rebuild. Would also agree with that. I used to be happy when players got injured and Allegri played players like Yildiz over the old farts. Yeah, I think we all had those little those like little victories when that happened as well. It's just so interesting. Again, like all I'm saying is there's moments where it feels very much the same. And I know Dash kind of yelled about this preseason that Mata is still a pragmatic coach, even though he does play more positively with more passing, more possession, more offense. It's still on the basis of a level of pragmatism, which we saw in the second half. Just the body language going onto the pitch, you saw. And Sandro, yeah, bring back Sandro. And that's where I'm getting like the feeling. I really wanted that third goal. We could have definitely came out and got that third goal. I think just as a statement, right? When you see Inter coming out beating Empoli 3-0, all the other teams in contention for the Scudetto have this ability to just come out and slay. I want a slay game. And we totally could have done that today against Udinese. I guess that's all I'm saying I want. Dal saying pragmatism is the best method. Even Pep has gone more pragmatic over the years. No, it is. Inter were dog shit until the BS red card. Okay, all right. I actually didn't watch the game. I'm just looking at score. I want a statement. That's what I feel this team needs, is just a statement game. And just to get into the heads of these players that they can be changed, that they can be ruthless. And for me, that's maybe where Mata isn't too different than Allegri. That he won't go out and just try to be that extra bit ruthless and get that third, maybe fourth goal. Also 2-0. Udinese, they're not doing anything with the ball. We're good. We'll manage. We can do this. 45 minutes. It's good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We got it. Right now, the first half was good. But just like Allegri, you have one half that's typically good, one half that's not so good. I was waiting patiently until January. Yeah, we all have to be patient for that. Again, I'm just saying, I'm making like loose comparisons to how the games play out and how they feel to watch, not saying that they are the same coach, but there are certain parallels within the. They're both Italian coaches. Shouldn't be surprised. Anyways, the first half of the season not going bad at all. It's okay. Look at the table as it stands. Puts us back into third. Atalanta. I mean, most of the other teams around us, all the teams around us still have to play. So we'll see where that finishes off at the end of the weekend. But we can be in another like 3-4 way tie. Who knows? But it's a little bit congestion. Napoli pulling away a little bit. Inter, if they win, they pull away a little bit as well. Playing against Venezia. Now, Napoli and Atalanta are going at it this week. And that's actually going to be very interesting to see. If Atalanta does manage to beat Napoli, that tempers Napoli's charge up the field. And now that puts Atalanta obviously tied up with us. Man, and if Inter was to lose somehow this week, it could be tight. It could be very tight after this weekend again. Napoli just need to lose. If Napoli and Inter lose, oh man. We got a Scudetto race essentially for 5-6 teams. You know, it's pretty crazy. Atalanta's not winning, a draw at best. Atalanta's good this year. I wouldn't put it past them. They can do it. We'll see. Definitely paying attention to it, though. Okay, let's go over the last-minute stats here. So 62% of the possession. You can see Udinese, as the game went on, kind of start to control a bit more of the game. Got into it more, especially in the second half, as we kind of just start to sit back. You can see here towards the end of the game. Conte knows how to park the bus and get a sneaky goal. He certainly does. I told you, like, Conte is perfect for Napoli. They're going to do well this year, if not win the Scudetto. We'll see. So we have an XG of 1.47. Yeah, we could have definitely got a third. Really close to getting a third. Both had 11 shots. That was lopsided at the half. So again, just not doing anything in that second. At the end of the day, I mean, we got the 2 goals early on. We didn't rush it. We just played nice, methodic football, found the openings, put in the back of the net. Yeah, we needed a bit of luck. They got a couple of posts. We got let off. I mean, one post went right into Savona's feet. A bit of luck, which you need. You always need a little bit of luck. Ball bounced our direction a couple times today. Second half lockdown. Now, not completely upset. I would have liked to see that third, as I mentioned. But we got Lille Tuesday. We had the rotation coming through. We got some rest for some key players. They came out with a 2-0 clean sheet. When we look back, this is good. Back on the horse, back on the wagon, if you will. Charge forward into midweek. And then Torino, I believe, is on a Saturday. Let's see real quick here. Yeah, Saturday at 2:45 p.m. My time, of course. Okay, so we have Tuesday, we have Saturday, and then international break. So a couple more games to go, guys. We're here for it, obviously. I will be here for Tuesday. I don't know if we're doing the Saturday one. I'm sorry. This weekend every year, it's a thing. It's a thing for me. So we'll see if the other guys can do it. But that's okay. Looking ahead to Lille, match day 4 of the Champions League. This is what we're going to do. Because German Dave is working for his German team. Bash is working for his bistro. I'm solo. That's why Sunday, tomorrow night, 5:30 Eastern, which is now going to be 11:30 European time again, because our clocks finally change. We sync back up. So we're going to do the call-in show Sunday night tomorrow. Call-in show, for those of you who don't know, anybody can join. You don't need the camera, just a decent internet connection and microphone that you don't sound like complete trash. And, got to at least understand you. Most headsets are fine. Yeah, just come on in. We share the link live in the chat. Anybody can join anytime. Of course, there's the chat and the replay and the Spotify. Many ways to watch. So that being said, X, Instagram, Spotify, especially Spotify, guys. We want to grow the Spotify side of things a little bit more as well. So don't be afraid. Find us out there. I do post the links as well when I do the show. I do it for the Thursday and Sunday shows. I don't do it for the watch longs. But there should be 2 shows a week there on the Spotify, in line with the YouTube shows, of course. The Instagram. I'm going to show you guys the Instagram. Not the Instagram, sorry. The Discord. Because we did get a cut. And that's the thing. Whenever I actually show the Discord, a couple more people show up. So I'm going to show it again. And here it is. Okay. So, I mean, it's just the community. It's us talking on the general chat. Missed a couple of these because, I mean, we're streaming here. Respect for Udinese. Yeah, right there. See, Van does look a little bit like he is there. It's that profile from behind. Anyway, sorry. Here I am reading the thing. This is it. The general chat during the game. We put our YouTube and Spotify links, news, transfers, bullshit, predictions, all our F1 stuff, gaming, pets, food, everything. It's where our community hangs out. Okay. Dal saying, how much you want to bet, David? If we get him, we get hate because he's Canadian and not technical to some people. Oh, for sure. I'll bet that. Why not? We're looking at Sal's mama from New Jersey. He was visiting New Jersey. Look at that meal. Anyways, guys, that is the Discord. Link down in the description with all our other links for socials. You can also scan the QR code here. Get in. Eli saying, thanks, Dave. See you next time. Yeah, thanks for joining in. Learning some Hungarian as well. Gyökeres. I'll work on it. Hopefully you can join us on a call-in and maybe teach us some things. See how it is. Until then, guys, I'm missing F1 qualifying. Did I completely miss it? That's my other passion. I love me some F1. Let's get a yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get F1 TV up here. Get some last minute insight here to the world of F1 qualifying. Watch live. Where are we? So I can't give you a good update right now. We're just looking at a bunch of Brazilian fans. But if you're into F1, join us, especially in the Discord. We keep it going. It's raining. Ooh, it's raining in Sao Paulo. Okay, well, I got some F1 to watch, guys. Please join in. Join us tomorrow. Most importantly, get in that call-in show. I want to see you there. I want to see your pretty faces, or at least your pretty voices. Forza Juve, we got another win. We're back on top, keeping this the fight alive. Thank you so much for joining. I love it. I love it all. Good Saturday afternoon. You got the day ahead of you. I hope you all enjoy. Until then, I'm going to play some music. gonna head on out of here and enjoy the rest of Brazilian Grand Prix qualifying. So until tomorrow, thank you so much for joining. Man, love it when we win.